What's up to Lion Talk Live? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew? This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining us here today, Lions Talk Live, morning show edition, Victory Monday edition, whatever you want to phrase it. It's a great one. Great day to be a Lion. And yes, I did. I think I put in the comments section, I don't know, about 15, 20 minutes ago. I am Block Broski Bear, challenging him to show up into the comments section today. I don't know if he will, but hey, he's maybe he's gonna show up, maybe he won't. But yeah, if you're a Chicago Bears fan this morning, you're probably not enjoying life. But one thing I do want to say real quick is I don't expect this will be the biggest show ever for Lions Talk Live, and some of that is, think about how far we've come in just 4 years. We just won a gajillion points to 14, 52 points to 14. And yes, everybody by the end of the game, even in the post-game show, I think you could tell everybody was kind of like ho-hum about it. Hey, just another day at work. And once upon a time, everybody would have been jumping up and down. They might have torn down the streets of Detroit in celebration with that kind of victory. But now it's kind of almost expected. All right, we got a bunch of topics to throw at you guys today. We got some grades to throw at you. We got 5 headlines now, even though I put in a 6th one, so 6 headlines now. We've got to talk about the NFC North. Yes, there's a little bit of news yesterday regards to basically both the teams that were active, and we're going to dive into everything with it. But before we do, real quick, if you got a free half second of time, reach on down, hit that thumbs up button, that like button. You guys all know it helps the channel exponentially, and we try to get every video to 200, 300, or 400 more thumbs up or likes. Next, if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so, trying to make that march to 10,100 subs. So, yes, if you would be so kind, help on out. We are about, 40 subs, something like that away from it, somewhere in that range. 44 subs is the official count. So, hey, it was close. All right, and then last but never least, if you're looking to buy or sell property anywhere in the great state of Michigan, give me a call or shoot me a text. You now see my phone number on the screen, 269-998-2384. Let me use over 30 years of work within the industry to help you out, make the process a whole lot easier, maybe help you understand some things you weren't aware of when it comes to home buying or selling. Give me a call, shoot me a text. It can be for commercial property, regular property, vacant land, or anything in between. All right, 269-998-2384. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the first segment of the show. And as you know, it is 5 headlines now. All right, the first of the 6 headlines now. Hey, did you know the Detroit Lions opened the season at 6-1 for the first time since 1956? This is from the Detroit Free Press. Jared Ramsey on top of this one. And yes, it has been a long time since the Lions have been this kind of good to start the year. First time since 56, 6-1. And yes, in case you were wondering, I think the top hits of the day were Elvis Presley with a couple of hits. Let's see, the Red Wings were in the NHL at that point, finishing with a league best 88 points during a 70-game schedule, 56-57. Red Wings could not reach the Stanley Cup that year for the 4th straight year, but Al Kaline was a 21-year-old who received 2nd of 13 straight All-Star nods in his 4th season after hitting 314 with 27 home runs and 128 RBIs. Detroit Pistons didn't even exist at that point. And like I said, top movies that year, the top 3 were the 10 Commandments, Around the World in 80 Days, and Giant. Elvis Presley was the most popular artist with Heartbreak Hotel and Don't Be Cruel. So yes, it has been a New York minute since the Lions started off 6-1. Now, I know we mentioned this in the live cast yesterday. When you go 6-1, you're like an 85, 88% chance to make the playoffs. So that's good news for the Detroit Lions. All right, moving on. Studs and duds. Figure we'd throw this at you guys. Studs and duds. Nowaski, Raymond lead the way past Titans. Sports Illustrated story by Christian Bohr. So let's dive into the studs and duds. We've got, per him, let me scroll down. Stud, Trevor Nowaski. Nowaski got the party started defensively with his first career interception, which set up the Detroit Lions' first touchdown of the day. I think we all remember that. We're cheering up and down with it. And yes, he did get juked out by Rudolph on a touchdown run. He recorded the pick after Rudolph was hit by Levi Onwuzurike and returned it 8 yards. The undrafted rookie became the first linebacker to record 2 sacks and an interception in a 3-game stretch since Chris Claiborne, if you guys remember him. Yeah, he was a pretty good player for Lions back in 2001. He is one of only 2 players to pick off Rudolph. He was one of 2 players to pick off Rudolph with safety Kirby Joseph notching the other one in the second quarter. Dud. Unfortunately, Taylor Decker. While the offense throttled the Titans for most of the game, there was a rough stretch in the first half. Goff was sacked on 3 of his first 4 dropbacks, including the first play from scrimmage when Decker was beaten by Arden Key, who had 2 sacks in Sunday's game. Stud. Khalif Raymond. Probably not a big surprise here. Raymond had a phenomenal showing on Sunday. One of the key elements to Detroit's domination of the Titans was his efforts on special teams, and Raymond played a big role in that effort, along with Kalia Dorsey, who notched a 72-yard kickoff return to put the Lions into deep Titans territory. Raymond got in on the fun. He had a 64-yard punt return in the second quarter, but the big moment came in the third quarter when he returned a punt 90 yards to the end zone. Raymond would add a receiving touchdown to his tally in the third quarter as he faked an end around play and caught a pass in the flat before racing untouched into the end zone. He finished the day with 2 receptions for 14 yards and a score, plus amassing 190 total punt return yards. Dud, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. One of Raymond's big returns was negated by a penalty by Reeves-Maybin, who was flagged for holding. It was one of the lone blemishes on the special teams units as a whole during Sunday's game. Stud, Jahmyr Gibbs. After the Titans drove down the field to tie the game at 7, Gibbs produced a career-long 70-yard touchdown on the very next play from scrimmage. He was mostly untouched on the play, using a burst of speed to gain the edge and race into the end zone. Gibbs finished the day with 127 yards on the ground, his second straight game with over 100 yards rushing. He notched this production on just 11 carries, giving him 11.5 yards per carry average. Dud, Jared Goff. All right, well, let's go with this one. Goff didn't have the flashiest stat line, but he set a new NFL record mark in the process. He finished the game with 85 passing yards on a 12 of 15 passing, but threw 3 touchdowns. His 84.3% completion rate over the last 5 games is the highest of any passer in league history over a 5-game stretch with a minimum of 50 passing attempts. The veteran passer threw 3 touchdowns to Brock Wright, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the first half, then delivered the strike to Raymond in the third quarter before being benched for the rest of the game so Hendon Hooker could come into play. Hooker, by the way, was 2 out of 3 for 6 yards. Stud, Amik Robertson. Robertson had a pair of big moments in Sunday's game, a pair of defensive efforts that forced 4 turnovers. The quarterback had 2 forced fumbles. Each came courtesy of a well-timed punch out. The first victim was Calvin Ridley. The second was Tony Pollard on a screen pass. So Carlton Davis fell on the first fumble while Isaiah Thomas fell on the second for the Lions. The first fumble resulted in a touchdown pass to Raymond, while the second later came in the game with Detroit's reserves on the offensive line. All right, stud, let's see, Sam Laporta. On National Tight Ends Day, Sam Laporta was the benefactor of much of Detroit's passing attack. He hauled in a total of 6 passes for 48 yards and a touchdown. Nearly had another touchdown, which was called back as he was reviewed short of the line of gain for the end zone. Laporta didn't catch his touchdown from Goff, but rather from running back David Montgomery. Okay, so we got all that for the studs and duds, and I would say, I guess you could go with Jared Goff. on that one. But hey, go with it and have a little fun with it, I guess. All right, after funky blowout, Detroit Lions already focused on NFC North showdown with the Packers. Detroit Free Press story by Dave Burkett. And what do you expect out of this one? We all know going into next week's game, this is going to be a monumental showdown for both teams. Packers, who have already lost to the Vikings, know they've got to win this, and it will be all hands on deck for the Green Bay Packers. Everything they can throw out there, they're going to, because this is must win. If they lose this game, they're now down, they're 0-2 in the NFC North. I don't think that's the situation they want to be in. Conversely, the Lions pull off this win on the road. They're now 2-0 on the road in the NFC North before they've even played one at home. So I'm expecting this is going to be a big one. Yes, we'll get into the Jordan Love situation a little bit later when we get into NFC North news and notes. All right, Lions rookie Jake Bates sets franchise record in 52-14 win over the Tennessee Titans. Athlon Sports, Nick Meyer with this one. We did talk about it during the live cast yesterday. He is now 12 out of 12 kicking, and that did set the new record held by Riley Patterson. If you remember Riley Patterson's rookie year with Detroit, he did go 11 out of 11. You know what? Bates, he's been as advertised. He's got leg, he's got power. His kickoffs, he's hit a few into the landing zone. He's hit a few just something out of the back of the end zone. I think that's going to come down to what Dan Campbell ultimately wants on each kickoff, because this guy's got a howitzer for a leg, and he has kicked some kickoffs through the opposing uprights. So he's got room to spare in his now career-long 50-plus yarder yesterday. Man, that thing could have been good from 60-plus yards if you wanted. I do suspect at some point this season they're going to let, just for fun, him try a 68, maybe a 70-yard field goal. I think the kid might actually be able to make it. All right, Detroit Lions had a, quote, off day, still dropped 52 points. Yes, this team is something special. Detroit Free Press, Sean Windsor with this one. Sean's been with the Free Press for as long as I can remember. I think before I've even been a reporter back in the late 80s, he was already there. He's been around a long time. He's seen a lot of good and a whole lot of bad with the Detroit Lions. But what you can say, I don't care if you're just watching this and you're a Lions fan or not, this team is built a little different. The fact that they didn't even have, I don't even think they got 200 yards total offense yesterday. Maybe if they did, maybe it was just over. But the fact that they didn't need it, they had over 300 yards of unforeseen offense. So either, turnover returns for yards, special team yards was nearly 200. They didn't need the offense to really move the ball up and down the field. They scored points in all aspects of the game. I think this team, especially if they get some pass rush help, this is a Super Bowl threat to every team in the NFL. And yes, every Lions fan has been waiting their entire life to hear those words come out of somebody's mouth, to be able to say, yes, my team is the top team in the NFL. And I don't think you're going to find anybody across national media that are going to really fight it. Yes, the Chiefs are still undefeated, but if the Lions were to face the Chiefs today, I think it would be a coin flip who would win. I'm naturally going to be a homer and say the Lions are, of course, going to win, but I don't think anybody can, with a straight face, look over the Lions and say, yeah, they can't win that game. I think the Lions are legit Super Bowl contenders throughout the team, throughout the league. Yes, the Lions have so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and yes, national media probably isn't going to talk about that a ton. Rodrigo, before you guys ask, we won't know probably until today, but Dan Campbell did talk about it in the post-game show, or presser, I should say, and he did say he doesn't expect it to be season-ending, which is probably good news, and I didn't really anticipate it. My guess is he's probably rolled that ankle pretty good. He might miss next week, but my guess is he's probably back in about 2 weeks. Don't have any kind of official word or even unofficial word on that. That's just my anticipation there. All right, last of the headlines. Khalif Raymond has a historic performance in the Lions' Week 8 game against the Titans. Sporting News story by Mike Moratis. And yeah, this kid didn't just have a big day. He had a heck of a big day. He was all over the place. And good for this guy, because we talked about it during the post-game show yesterday. But, so many teams passed on this guy. So many teams cut this guy. He was just in a zone yesterday on kickoff returns, punt returns, even getting involved for the second straight week in passing. He's just all over the place, and you got to feel great for the guy, because he's had the road warriors mentality. He's been through, I want to say, 3 other teams before he came to Detroit, kind of came to Detroit. We'll see where he can fit you in here and there. And he's stuck around now. This is the 4th year with the franchise, with the group, and they're not moving on from him anytime soon. He's got speed, he's got wheels, he's got heart, he's got it all. He is the embodiment of what the Detroit Lions want, and the Holy Cross product. This guy, man, he's just, I'm real happy for him. If you want to root for somebody, some feel-good story, maybe somebody they need to make a Disney movie out of or something like that, it's got to be him because he is not a big dude on the field. He's out there among giants, and he's putting up giant performances. So good for Khalif Raymond. All right, let's move on from that one now. Let's go ahead and get over to I'm going to have a little fun. I'm going to have a little fun with this one with NFC North news and notes. So let's get it up. All right, Matt LaFleur, let's start off with this. Matt LaFleur provides concerning Jordan Love update after Packers win 8-win. Fan side story by Cameron Ellis. He could be out for a couple weeks. They won't really know until they get more tests done. He could be back this weekend. So all is on the table. But Matt LaFleur did jump into it. No relation to Peter LaFleur from the Dodgeball movie, by the way. He did talk about it. They're going to have to figure out what's going on with him. And every day that it drags on, this slows down the process a whole lot. But my guess is Jordan Love, more than likely, if you had asked me right now, he's probably not playing this weekend because even if he plays, do I think he can throw the ball? Yes, but is he going to be very limited with his mobility? That's also correct. And the risk of doing further injury, and I'm just talking as a coach here, the risk of further aggravating and progressing that injury is probably where I think ultimately the Green Bay Packers are going to have to really make a business decision. Do you want them to heal up? I believe they have the bye week right after the Lions, or real close to that. So send them this week, give them 2 weeks, basically 3 weeks before they play again. I'm guessing that's ultimately where they go. I don't have any information on that. This is pure speculation on my part. But being in sports for as long as I have, groin injuries do not heal quick. You're going to have to put a lot of different treatments on it to help it heal up. Could he gut it out? Sure. But I would also say a Lions pass rush that isn't great is probably going to be aided a whole lot if he's out there on the field, limited in his mobility, because he's going to want to take off and run, and that lower body is going to tell him not so fast. Also, there could be some aspects where he can't really step into fully throwing the ball around. Now, if they think they can just keep the pocket clean and he doesn't have to be mobile, then go ahead and let him play, I guess. But we're going to wait and see. And also, just I did put it in the comment section that I did unblock Broski Bear, and some of that was just for this. Broski Bear, though, just be fair if you come back. A little bit of notice here.
Kamala ignored Jessica's
yep, and that's not what I wanted on the screen. So hold on a second. We'll get through this commercial, and then you guys can all have a little fun here. All right, I'm going to speed it up because I can't really show the whole thing. But, hey, here we go.
And it's going to be.
And this is just for Broski. Nope, can only show a couple seconds here, but I think we all get it.
Now
just for fun.
Step into it. Here
Let her rip.
Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught.
All right, that's just for Broski Bear. And hey, Lions fans everywhere. My phone blew up. I wasn't watching the end of the game, and I blew up with a bunch of you guys sending me stuff over about that. And yeah, I had to watch the replay with Jen. Jen got into it. It was just a heck of a play by Jaden Daniels. And it's nothing against Caleb Williams. He is progressing as a rookie quarterback. But I do got to imagine if you're the Chicago Bears and you were to start the draft over last spring's draft over again, would you go with Caleb Williams or would you go with Daniels? This kid, man, he's on fire. And the fact that he could throw it that far in the air, give him some credit, man, because you got to have a gun to be able to do that. All right, let's go ahead and get over to the main topic of the day. I know you guys are all waiting for it. Let's go over and get into the grades. You're probably going to be surprised if I grade harshly on this one because, yeah, I don't really think there's much to grade poorly about. But let's get into it. Quarterbacks. Hey, Jared Goff, like I said, didn't really have to do a whole lot. Basically, once the first quarter was over, the quarterbacking spot for the Detroit Lions was fine. And the offensive line was fine. Yes, they had a rough start at the beginning of the game. Maybe the Titans caught them off guard with something. I don't know what happened. I'm going to assume some of it was miscommunications. Decker was interviewed after the game, did talk about it, and said, hey, he was just kind of caught napping on that first snap. But none of that's on Jared Goff. Getting back to him, he's continuing his historic pace. And what he's doing is just never been seen in the NFL before. He is not just picking apart teams. He is shredding defenses. He's taking care of the ball. The ball's almost never hitting the ground. One of his incompletions yesterday, really, we were talking about it in the live cast. I think everybody, the announcers, the other team, the Detroit Lions all thought it was a free play because the Tennessee Titans defensive tackle jumped off sides. Apparently, the refs were the only people that didn't see that because everybody else in the house did see it. Goff just kind of threw it up for grabs down to Tim Patrick. It was incomplete, but outside of that, Goff was on fire. So I'm going to give him a solid A. Running backs, Gibbs, it was incredible yesterday for the second straight game. Monty came out with a vengeance. Did only have 33 yards rushing, but, hey, he came out with a purpose on the ground. Hard to really dock anybody here, so I just went with another A. You're probably going to see a lot of that today. Wide receivers, again, another strong performance by them. Not a lot of opportunities across the board from them just because, again, you put up nearly 300 yards of unforeseen offense with the special teams and then the fumble returns, the interception returns, etc. It's just you kept putting the offense in short fields. You can't put up big yards. But, hey, I'm going to say another A across the board. St. Brown got a catch. Raymond got a catch. You got a catch. Everybody got a catch. Tight ends, you're seeing a trend here. Sam Laporta probably had his best game of the season. He had 6 catches, just under 50 yards, plus a score. Nearly had a second score. A across the board there. Offensive line, hey, being nitpicky here, but yes, that first quarter is what it is, and the Lions do need to address it. Taylor Decker, for the second straight week, even though it was really only 1 or 2 plays, it was 1 or 2 plays yesterday. It was 3 plays that come to my mind the week prior. But he's got to clean some of that up. He is starting to at least raise some eyebrows over a couple plays. He's still, I think, pretty good, but some things to clean up for sure. I'm going to give them a solid B for the day overall on the offensive line. Defensive line, the defense, we're going to be talking about it probably throughout the week as this is trade deadline week. Brad Holmes, I think the interior defensive line is fine, but those ends they've got to grow up. James Houston had easily his best performance this season, and could he be more than just a rotational piece? I do think he's put on some weight. I do think and I don't think like bad weight. I think he's bulked up. I think he's trying to get to become more of an everyday end. And he knows, probably like everybody watching the show knows, the Lions want their ends to stop the run first and then get to the quarterback. Houston had some pressures. I counted him for 4 pressures on the day. Now, whether or not PFF or somebody else will support that, I don't know, but just doing it in my head, watching it live, Levi Onwuzurike, I thought was the biggest plus for the team there. He got the most pressures out of really anybody on a consistent basis. He moved people, and he's a massive dude. But I'm going to say overall, just not enough pressures, not enough there to where I would feel comfortable going into the playoffs with these guys. I would say they're a B-. Also, the Titans ran the ball on us a lot more effectively than I figured they would. Linebackers, Nowosky, like I said, he is doing stuff. While it doesn't mean he should not get any knock or bad grades for missing Mason Rudolph's scramble run into the end zone. But with that all being said, with Malcolm Rodriguez leaving the game, overall, I thought they did pretty dang well. Jack Campbell led the way with 10 tackles, and the 1-2 punch between him and Anzalone, they look pretty legit in my eyes. You guys have different opinions. By all means, that's totally fine. But Anzalone and Campbell, I think, are looking pretty good. Now you get a bunch of other people kind of filling in. I'm going to give them a solid B+ on this one. So a couple things they could have cleaned up here and there, especially in pass coverage, but they weren't egregious by any stretch of the imagination. Secondary, we're going to be talking about this a lot. I'm probably going to take some flack for this one. Yes, they gave up some pass plays. Yes, Arnold got picked on a little bit. Yes, he is still a rookie, playing maybe the second hardest position in the NFL to try to really learn and develop in. First one being quarterback, second one being defensive back. And, he's going to have his ups and downs. No other way around it. But they did produce some turnovers. They did produce some stops. They did bat down some passes. So I'm going to just give them a solid B on the day for the secondary. Still not great, but hey, it's leaps and bounds over what it was a year ago. Special teams, it'd be hard to give this group anything other than an A+++, because when is the last time you saw so many returns like that? And let's keep in mind, there was a 4th return that got negated because of a holding call. The Lions, if you can get anywhere near this kind of production out of the special teams on a weekly basis, it's just going to be real hard to ever beat this team, because now you got all 3 phases that just seem, top tier. The offense, obviously, if they're not the number 1 offense in the league, anybody, even the biggest hater for the Lions would say they're top 5, maybe top 3. The defense, yes, they're going to have to get better at getting that to the quarterback. Otherwise, quarterbacks just have too long to sit back there and throw. But the defense is trending upwards. I don't think there's any questions about that, especially over a year ago. And then the special teams, man, you got perhaps the league's best punter. You've got one of the biggest leg kickers in the league who hasn't really done anything wrong this year. And now you add the kick and punt returns. it's just a whole lot for an other team unless you just have vastly superior talent or maybe some luck go your way to keep up with this Detroit Lions team. So what say you guys with these grades? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you want me to go more in depth with them? Let me know, and I'll try to make adjustments basically as we flow through it. But we don't have a guest today. I know a lot of you guys on Victory Mondays like to just go through the comments section, so we're going to focus on that. So let me scroll over the top of the screen, which might take a minute here, but give me a second. We'll go into it and see what you guys have to say. All right, starting us off is Michael Green, salutations, coach and Duke crew, Superdome, Super Bowl, what pride, woo, woo, and good morning to you too. JDC, good morning all. Moonsky Blade, like the new thumbnail, man. Good morning, Duke crew, starting lineup, exclamation point. This week will be a true test to see how our defense holds up. Add George Kittle to that list of tight ends, touchdowns I sent you, Dan. Will do, and thank you for that, by the way. Johnny L, holy smokes, do we smoke some or what? Great morning to you all. Man, that was, I mean, let's be honest with everybody. If the Lions wanted to put up 60 or 70 points yesterday, they probably could have done it. If they didn't pull off the dogs really early in the third quarter, they probably could have with some ease. Clark Green, good morning, Do gang. Big week ahead. Yes, it is. Heading to Green Bay on the road. Whether they got Jordan Love or not, I don't think it's going to be a big thing. Yes, unfortunately, the Jaguars did not win yesterday. Green Bay found a way to win, unlike the Bears. But what we can say is Malik Willis, a lot of people thought maybe he didn't have a great NFL career, but the Packers have helped him kind of revitalize his career a little bit. He's done enough, I think, in Green Bay currently, where if Green Bay moves on from him after the year, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody tries to bring him in kicking tires on him. So either way, the Lions are going to have to get to the quarterback, no matter if it's Love or Malik Willis. All right, Michigan man, what will Broski Bear Cub cry about today? Exclamation point. His team can't be a 500 team. He's probably going to hide at the nail salon with Caleb Williams. Yeah, they may be doing a spa day today. Try to help get over the emotional drama of yesterday's loss. JDC, I have mine on next week's game too. All right, keep your eye on next week's game. And thank you for that, sir. Bo, good morning, Duke crew. A+ all the way. Exclamation point. I see Super Bowl. Woo! And good morning to you too, Bo. Big Eddie, what do you got? Great sanitation, everyone. What a complete win for this team yesterday. It's clear we need help rushing the passer, though. Yeah, I'm going to guess just about everybody is going to agree with you on that one. Bo, maybe Arden Key is available? Maybe. And there were a couple of people speculating, could any Titans not leave tomorrow? We'll see what happens this week. I know I'm waiting for some comments back. I sent out texts and everything to everybody I could yesterday, see if they got anything or whatever. Hopefully he gets some updates for you guys today. But let's be honest, there's going to be all sorts of speculation this week because we get through this week and there's no trades happening. A lot of Lions fans are going to have some questions that want answers, and we're going to have to wait and see if Brad Holmes addresses that at that time. All right, Trey, what's good, everyone? Question mark. Has anyone seen a Lions more complete win than yesterday? Man, it's been a whole long time since I could. None easily comes to mind. We'll go with that. Johnny L., we sure did a Bob Probert on that team. We did. We beat him up pretty good. We sure did. Man, Bob Probert, that's a name from the past. Gun Guy, Broski Bear, exclamation points. Time for your feeding. Let's see if he even shows up. Man Bear, greetings, salutations. Danaroo in the Scooby-Doo crew. Good morning to you too, my friend. Michigan man, Ayrton Key would be a great addition, Bo. Yeah, I think ultimately, if the Lions are going to make a trade, I doubt if it can be just one person. I think you're going to have to go get two people. And then if you use, Onsarike, James Houston, whoever else out there as a rotational pieces, then maybe it's not so bad. So we'll see. Hey, man, what is good? Dan the man and the Duke crew. The Bears got beat. Yes, they did in dramatic fashion. Tori, coach, unblock Broski for the day. Your wish is my command. I did unblock him about a half hour ago, whatever it's been. Let's see, Moonscar Blade, New England Patriots linebacker Josh Uche was a late scratch yesterday. 6'1", 240 pounds, had 11.5 sacks and 22. Rumors are swirling about him. Maybe. Could he be a certain down, pass rush down specialist? Could be. And he does have some wheels, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released or traded or whatever. But if it was me for New England, I know it probably costs a little bit, but I'd be going all after Keelan White from them. He fits the mold for what the Lions want. Gun Guy, Broski Bear was ready to talk stuff. Laughing out loud. Thought they were going to win. Ha ha. Yeah, he was all about the Titans until he wasn't, and the same with his Chicago Bears. I'm guessing we do not see Broski Bear today. See Johnny L, he's hiding. I would think so. Bo, 2 touchdowns each. Bo by our fastest guys on the field yesterday. Oh yeah, yes indeed. Phil, he's banned. Yes, he is or was. And now let's see if he actually shows up and shows his face. Jay, what do you got? Good morning, Dan. Exclamation point. Can you talk a little about Hendon Hooker's performance? It seems like they're not letting him do much. Is that intentional or due to inability? I think it's intentional. You think about when he's got in, the Lions have had very healthy leads. I think they're just trying to not be disrespectful to the other team, not trying to run up the score. They're giving him some snaps to help calm his nerves down. So when the time does happen, when they unleash him, I guess, he's not as jittery or nervous. But it's hard to really evaluate him based on the game film that we've seen from the regular season. Preseason is different, but preseason football is different than regular season football. I would just say keep an eye on him. So far, I mean, he hasn't given you any worries, but he also hasn't. I was thinking they might give him more opportunity yesterday. I know we were talking about it during the live cast, just so if you were potentially considering trading him, you would help elevate perhaps his draft status, or not draft status, but his trade status. Let's see, Jesse, after a rough start, Decker was okay the rest of the way. I'm still worried about him, though. 2 straight weeks, he's had a few meh plays. He has, man, and there could be aspects to why that is. Maybe he just got caught off guard or something. Maybe he got caught napping. But after that point, after about the halfway point of the second quarter, if you go back and rewatch the game, he's pretty dang good at that point. It's just, obviously, everybody's going to remember that first snap of the game where he didn't even get a hand on that guy. That was, I think he was just caught off guard or something. I don't know. Hatman Caleb was 4 of 16 passes for 3 quarters of the game. I didn't know it was that bad, but yeah, I know both teams were struggling to score. I mean, really, Washington, if they score touchdowns instead of field goals, that's not even a game. But then again, that's one heck of a highlight that Daniels and the Washington Commanders are going to hold on to for a long time. Dion, what up, broski? The Bear, yes, yeah, the Bear. We'll see if he shows up today. Matthew, greetings, salutations. Good morning, everyone. Superdome, Super Bowl. Woo, woo, woo. Sheila likes to woo in the fresh morning dew. Yes, she does, my friend. Jason, that was one of the greatest games I've ever watched. The Bears game, that is. Superdome or bust. Yeah, you guys can probably all replay that touchdown grab a few times, man. But I was explaining it to Jen while it was happening. And good on the Washington Commanders. They clearly couldn't even tell you who caught the pass. Noah something. But they clearly had him go to the back of the pack. Usually most teams put a guy in front and a guy in back of the pack, just and so if a tip does happen. Does it always work out? No, but he was really in the right place at exactly the right time. 70, good morning, boys. Exclamation point. Getting the kids off to school and listening in. Can't wait for Sunday. Yeah, that's going to be an epic game. That probably will be the game of the week, is my anticipation. Robert, greetings and salutations. Good to see you, my friend. Johnny L, I did think the Bears would win. Well, whoever said I thunk. Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I thought the Bears had it. I'm guessing just about everybody did. But hey, opportunity knocked, and they took advantage of it. Lions Talk Live fan, everyone gets an A except Decker. Fair enough. Dion, I feel your pain, broski. I remember when Aaron Rodgers did the same thing to the Lions. Yes, he did, man. And I remember watching Calvin Johnson just drop down to his knees on that play. Originally, they did have Calvin out there to try to stop the Hail Mary, and then they took him off the field. I'm going to guess they will forever wish they kept Calvin out there, because Calvin probably could have picked it. All right, Hatman, a.k.a. Batman, nothing better than a huge win and a coffee in the following morning. Well, enjoy that coffee, my friend. Jason, I'm guessing he's hungover. He might be. Or, yeah, crying in his Duke Crew soup or something. I don't know. Jay Hatman, or that Justin Fields field goal last year. Yeah, or a couple years ago. Yeah, against the Baltimore Ravens. It hits the upright and bounces in. Yeah, same kind of thing, man. AJ laughing out loud, coach. Hey, every once in a while, you got to have a little fun. Bo Decker did pretty good cleaning lanes for Sonic and Knuckles. He did, man. After that first half of the first quarter, Decker plays pretty well if you go and rewatch it. It's just, unfortunately, that first couple minutes of the game, it just wasn't great for him. Johnny L, I said, forget that so I had my beer. Okay, fair enough. Let's see, Steve. Good morning, Coach Dan of the Duke Crew. My guess is Broski has nothing to say today. What a game yesterday. Woo! Yes, I'm guessing if Broski shows his face in the chat either today or tomorrow, he understands that he's probably going to be spoken to about the Bears. Hetman, what was once the Bears is now the Clowns. Woo! I'll go with that. France, good day, all. Any injury news on Rodrigo? Nothing official yet. My guess is we get something either today or tomorrow. My guess is he rolled that ankle pretty good. He walked to the sideline. But I also understand, we talked about it during the live cast, why you're not asking a guy who maybe just rolled his ankle real well to walk all the way to the medical facilities in the locker rooms, because that's if you've never been up the tunnel, that's a haul. They're back there a bit. All right, Jason, who might come back this week and play Sunday? That I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. See, Johnny L, Sonic and Knuckles, Thunder and Lightning. God, I love this show. Hey, we love you being here. So everybody loves you being here, Johnny. So keep on coming. Let's see, Bo, how about the block Anzalone through for Leaf? Yes, yeah, he did a good job there. The Lions really they're doing a good job in just about every aspect of the game. I get we're all going to come down on Decker for the first play of the game on offense. But other than that, it's really hard to find faults. Even when it was happening, we were tied 14-14. I get everybody wants the blowout to happen right away, but you got to work your way to a blowout. The other teams do have reason to play. They do have talent. They caught us off guard with some things. We could have played maybe a little bit better in some stuff. But after it's 14-14, we also need to understand the Lions, stop them for basically the rest of the game. So 3 straight quarters and go on a, whatever it was, 38-0 run. So I think the defense is playing pretty well, but yes, that doesn't mean they couldn't use some help up front. Johnny L, Lions Talk Live. We love you having you here, my friend. Robert, excellent move, Dan. Hey, there you go. Johnny L, what's the news on Rodrigo? Nothing official yet. Nothing yet. Paperback fan, good morning, Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Mondays suck, but they suck way less when the Lions win. Down with that. I like your thoughts there. JDC, Puff, woo, coffee, and Lions Talk Live, an award-winning combination, my friend. Moonscar, I'll say this. I watched Chicago and Washington. It was fun to see that Hail Mary. Last play, time ran off the clock. TD, amazing, but Caleb makes plays that remind me of Aaron Rodgers. Not amazing. No, Caleb Williams is progressing, and make no bones about it. You're seeing more and more of what he did at USC translate to the NFL as he starts learning to read defense a little bit better. I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback. And I know I've talked about that for a while, and not just because I'm a USC fan, just not trying to be a homer, not wish him ill will. I think he is progressing. I don't know who's going to be better between him and Daniels right now. If you had to make me put money on the table, I'd probably say Daniels, because, man, his arm and his accuracy, you watch it, he's just a rookie. When this kid really learns some things, when he starts getting to year 2 or 3 or 4, when he can start progressing the reads of the defense, innately, not really having to process it or have somebody tell him in the headset or this, that, or the other thing. Maybe he's already doing it now. I don't watch enough Washington games to know it, but just watching the little bit I did yesterday, yeah, he's to me, he's way ahead of the curve. Caleb Williams, though, he's probably going to be a pretty dang good quarterback. Jason, is anyone else going to the game Sunday? ? My son is a huge Packers fan, unfortunately, so we will be making the trek. Lions inside, of course. Okay, all right. Well, we'll go Lions sideline. Excuse me. Of course, go enjoy it, my friend, and I hope you and the kid have a good time. So small. That look on the Chicago sideline when Washington scored is priceless. Yeah, kind of same thing. I know my brother Tim, maybe like right before went on air, sent me something where you could see the Chicago sideline, you could see the play happening, and Caleb Williams, when he saw the catch, he just took off. He was clearly not happy. Voltron Force, good morning, all. So do we know if Love is out next week? Nothing official yet, but if I was to guess, I would probably say he's probably 70% likely to not play this week, but I've been wrong before. Bo, Sonic and Knuckles, Thunder and Lightning, very, very frightening indeed. I'll go with that. Hey, good in the Halloween week. Moonscar, it was so small. I could feel their pain. All Lions fans have felt that. Yes, my kids looked at me in shock when I started laughing out loud at how easy that catch was for the receiver after the tip. Yeah, right into his hands, man. Right into his hands. Right place, right time. Let's see. Papa, the Lions must now be viewed as the NFL's best team. I would think so. It'd be hard to place anybody above them, even though the Chiefs are still undefeated. It's nothing like what the Lions are doing. The non-laughers, good morning, all. What a game. It was indeed, my friend. Good to see you this morning. Moonscar, and the man in black said lightning and thunder attack, and it turned into a football blitz. I'll go with that. JDC, thumbs up. Quentin Green, salutations. NFC North ain't no joke. No, it ain't, my friend. Hatman, a.k.a. Batman, the Lions showed the league what complimentary football looks like. You're right with that. 100% there. Bo, late October back in 24. Oh, what a night. Yes, it will. They'll be singing about that game for years. Jedi, good morning, Duke Crew. And back at you. Johnny L. Bo, you got that right. Yes, game over indeed. Bo, are you ready, Steve? Question mark. It's a scoring blitz. Yeah, I'm down with that 100%. 313, any trades talking this morning? I'm trying to get some updates for you guys. I just haven't heard anything yet. So if I do hear something, it's probably when most people get in the offices at print media, and that's probably going to be closer to noon. So if I get something for you guys, I'll get over to you as quick as I can. All right, JDC, get that defensive back block 8-cylinder turned up for the Green Bay game. Yeah, they get the big block. Yes, 8-cylinder turned up. It's gonna be a motor show. Hendricks fan, one of the players said in the post-game interview that Ben Johnson was bummed because the Lions scored so fast he couldn't implement his game plan. It happens, man. But yeah, they had short fields to work with. Didn't always probably provide as much trickeration opportunities for Ben Johnson. We talked about that throughout the week. I thought he was going to try to throw as many gimmick plays late in this game if the opportunity presented itself with the sole purpose of trying to force the Green Bay Packers to prepare for that stuff. All right, JDC, Buddy Love and the Cheddars. I'll go with that. Johnny L, right on JDC. Mike the Marine Gunny. Howdy, Dan and Duke Crew. Woo! Good to see you this morning, Gunny. Trumps. Woo! Remember, only you can prevent communism. All right, fair enough. Bo Leaf said that, Hendricks fan. I'll go with that. Phil, Doobie-Doo Crew. I'll go all Doobie-Doo. There we go. Lions Talk Line fan. I'm thinking some top players will speak out soon about becoming Detroit Lions. If the only worry I have with that is if they're not happy where they're at and they're going to express it, would the brand homes want to acquire them? I don't know, but I think you're right. If you see your window of opportunity to win and you think you can go and be a Detroit Lions Talk Live fan, I think you're spot on. You're trying to take advantage of that this week. All right, Derek, good morning, coach and crew. What's the news on Love? Groin injury? It sounds like a groin injury. The severity, don't know, but for LaFleur to talk about it, that potentially he could be out for some time, it probably speaks to how bad that groin injury was, or is, I should say. So we'll probably know one way or the other by Tuesday with him. If I'm the Packers, you got to make a choice sooner versus later. I guess unless you're trying to be stealth mode, make the Lions prepare for both guys, something like that. But my guess is, like I said, 70% chance I would say he doesn't play this week. Patrick, great salutations, Duke Crew and Coach. How about our quarterback Goff breaking yet another NFL record as the only quarterback with a passer rating of 110 or higher for at least 5 games or so game? It might even be longer. Yeah, I mean, he's playing in a way just nobody else in the history of this league has played. And some of that, you can say whatever you want about Ben Johnson doing a good job, the offensive line doing a job, or whatever. But he's still got to complete those passes. And, yeah, he's making it look incredibly easy. Lions Talk Live fan, Jeffrey Simmons, maybe. That would be something. I'd be down with it. JDC, go Lions. Back at you, my friend. The eye is always watching. Derek, did MCDC run out of game balls in the locker room? And he probably did, man, because a lot of people could have got him. Kim, what do you got? We need 1 to 2 pass rushers today or tomorrow so they're ready for Green Bay. Come on, Brad. Exclamation point. I'm down with that. Simmons is a beast. Yes, he is a game changer, game wrecker at that line. So I agree with you, Trumps. Having the most watched groin in the world. Love. Ha, ha, ha. You're probably not wrong with that. Let's see. Hardy, what do you got? Coach Dan, do you think Bears, Trey Stevenson will be available at the trade deadline? Perfect fit for the Lions locker room. It is possible. I think he could be available. Now, would the Bears trade him to us? I guess that's $1 million question. I think you would have to overpay to get the Bears to give him to you, but I've been wrong before. Let's see. Lionel, Thundercats. Ho! I'm down with that. Good morning to you too, my friend. Joseph C. Good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew! Exclamation point. It's a great time to be a Lions fan, isn't it? Question marks. So different from our past history. I'm so proud of these boys! Exclamation point. They definitely deserve the ultimate prize, Super Bowl. I'm down with that. I like the way you're thinking. Jason, Bo Booth, I was thinking more like another one bites the dust. Throw back to 1980. I'm down with that. Hutch Jr., what do you got? Someone check on Broski Bear? Yeah, he's been suspiciously quiet this morning. By the way, get a hold of me. We got to see if you can come on the show maybe Wednesday morning if that works for you. Joe C., sure hope that we can get Myles Garrett. Man, you ain't lying, man. We get him and Smith. Woo! I think it is all Super Bowl this year and next year. Hutch Jr., good morning, Duke Crew. Back at you. Kurt Steele, what up, though, Duke Crew? Happy Victory Monday, baby. You are not wrong, my friend. And yes, we got to get you on the show Friday. I messed up last Friday. Just too much going on in my head getting ready for everything. So that was on me, my friend. All right, see, JDC, Drake Stevenson, laughing out, maybe. Johnny L, Lions Talk Live fam, that would be a great addition for sure. I'll take that. Sure, Bradley Holmes, we need a trade. I got to imagine he's doing everything he can to make something happen. Again, I think the tough part is, and I know a bunch of you guys messaged me yesterday, and I think we talked about it during the show yesterday during the game. The problem is everybody the Lions contact about a pass rusher looks at the same game tape you and I look at and say, you know what, the Lions need a pass rusher. So I think waiting longer and longer with teams is probably a reflection of the team saying, we know you need this player. We don't need to get rid of him. Or maybe some of them don't need to get rid of him. So they're going to force or try to force the Lions to overpay. But the problem is the closer the trade deadline comes, if somebody else hasn't made that trade with you, paid to what you want, now maybe that price comes down a little bit because, hey, if you don't move that player, you're stuck with him the rest of this season. Let's see. Surfer, good morning, Coach, and everyone else. Back at you, Surfer. Always good to see you. Miles Mark Green, Citations, Coach, and Duke Crew. It's a very good Victory Monday. Hoping Decker is going to be okay. Folks pointing out he's something a bit stiff and slow at times. Yesterday, he did look a little bit, at the start of the game. But as the game progressed, I thought he looked fine at that point. Marcus White, greetings, Citations. Good morning, greetings, Citations. I need trades. Woo! Let's see what Brad Holmes does. Key, he's a clown. Broski Bear can be a clown at times. Bo, any music cliche you want, Jason, okay? Pat, hey, Coach Dan. Woo! Great. Woo! Win. Oh, yeah. All of the above, Pat. Good to see you, my friend. Troy D, great sanitation. Everyone back at you, my friend. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal day. Trump's bring Broski back. Yeah, he's been freed from timeout or prison, whatever. Now he just needs to show up. So we'll see if he does, though. Troy D, great team win yesterday. It was, man. Complete win all the way around. Pat, we did not put any pressure on the quarterback yesterday. Is James Houston no-show? He did get, I want to say, 3 or 4 pressures yesterday. He didn't get home. Was he looking like the 2022 James Houston? No, he was not. And they seem to mostly only play him against the left tackle, which Titans left tackle was not bad. John, any news regarding trades? None as of yet today. Let's see, Cordy, man, I felt bad for Broski. It's okay to feel bad for him, but it was also good to celebrate. Let's see, Hutch Jr., laughing out loud. We were 3 points from tying most points in Lions history. Yeah, good for the coaching staff for not trying to break another record, but if it would have happened, it would have happened. Let's see, Motown Mitch Green, Sanitations, Coach and Duke Crew, Lions rule, Bears drool. Probably drooling a whole lot this morning. Sonic and Knuckles can't be stopped. You might be right with that. Bo Houston was getting pressure. Yeah, he just wasn't getting sacks, but he did get to the quarterback a couple times. He got some touches on him. Hey, man, we are breaking records and taking names. Woo! You're not wrong with that. We are setting them up fairly regularly. Phil, congrats on 10K. Thanks for that, man. Hey, the Duke Crew is 10K strong and growing. Detroit D, can't lie. JD scares me if we see him in the playoffs. Okay, yeah, and I get it, man. I get it, but we'll have to roll with him. Let's see, Motown Mitch, one of which got the Lions an INT by Bo Booth. This is true. Yes, yeah, without the pressure. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Miles Barker, ho hum, question mark, hex no, exclamation point. Were we jumping up and down here up north? I'm down with that. JDC, where can Broski Bear be? Question mark. The Commanders chase him up a tree. Maybe. Big D, Broski, where are you at, though? Woo! Yeah, I'm going to guess it's a while until we see Broski Bear. Courtney, Hallelujah Blue Flu works even with bye week. Sorry, Dallas. I'm down with that. Yeah. Did they? Oh, man, I didn't even check. Did they end up losing? I'm guessing so. Bo, right, you are Motown? Yes. Smoke you some green sanitations. How about that Bears loss? Oh, so good. Yes, it was. Trump's does a Bear, yes, do that in the woods? Yes, he does. Pat, I seen Green Bay's quarterback left the game with a groin injury. Oh, yeah, we got a huge game with him this week. Woo! Oh, yeah, you are right. We'll see what happens. Jason, point differential plus 100. Okay, I bet you Broski is on his way to buy a new TV at Best Buy. Yeah, he may have broke it. That's a good point. Trumps, I see 3 INTs next week. Let's hope so. JDC, come on, Broski. I'll only hurt for a little bit. This is true. Bo, I saw a chicken cross the road. That is good. Big D, laughing out loud. These Bears are only sitting. Yeah, yes. I'll go with that. Joseph, It's crazy. A couple of years ago, we were 1-6. Now we're 6-1. Woo! Go Lions. Yes, how quickly things have changed. Hendricks, Kirby, number 2 in interceptions. Branch tied for 3rd. Yes, they're up there, man, for sure. Let's see, Pat. Let's give Dan the man a thumbs up. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, if you guys can, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you, by the way. Gun guy, I like how Caleb Williams was running around the field, even though I didn't do nothing thinking he won. Yeah, he had, man. He had thought he won it. JDC, woo! All right. Gun guy, correct. Hookadoo, good morning, Miles Marger. Miles Marger, hiya, Hookadoo. Jason, Decker needs to step up. He does, man. He needs to get a little bit better. David, if we just had Hutch, our team is getting better each week, except edge rusher. Yes, they're going to have to work on that for sure. Dimitri, good morning, Lions fam. Woo! And back at you, Mr. Moral Tarantino. Good morning, Duke Crew! Exclamation point. Am I the only one who thought that the offense struggled against the Titans defense on our side of the field? They did at the start of the game for sure. No, you're not wrong. And then I think as the game progressed, they got a little bit better. But some of that is, as you're pointing out, the defense provided some help. The special teams provided some help. Johnny L. Woo! Sheila, you want one? I'll give you one and let my throat clear for one. And there you go. Dimitri, what up, Dan? What up to you, man? Dimitri, how you doing today? Flintstone, let's see, Big D, Broski knew better than you to show up this morning. He would get slaughtered. Yeah, he knew better than show up this morning. He knew he'd get slaughtered. He got nothing to stand on. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, laughing out loud. There we go. Big D, yeah, Decker got beat up. Needs to step up his game. Yes, he does. Josie Broski, what's happened? Yes, he's gone silent. Motel Mitch, he never did the first place. Big D, okay? Broski, Big D, Broski, a no-show. Yes, he will be probably this morning, maybe for a while. JDC, the nice thing about trash talk, it goes both ways in life. That is true. You're going to dish it out. You got to take it. Chris Steele, this game went how it was supposed to go. It did. It didn't have the start that everybody wanted it to, but over time, it got there. Trumps, where has Broski gone? Where can he be? He's nowhere to be seen, my friends. Big D, he knew better. He did. Johnny L, Coach Dan, you had the best show, hands down. Thanks for that, Johnny L. Thank you very much for that. Big D, true, buddy. I'm down. Big D, Motown, true. All right. Dave Decker, we love him, but needs to return to form. He does, man. He does. Manifest my destiny. Good morning, Coach Dan and Do family. Exclamation point. After the game, I just reinforced the idea we need 1 or 2 defensive ends so we can leave our secondary out dry against better quarterbacks. They'll expose us. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, there were times you could tell Rudolph had a lot of time to throw the ball. Let's see. Bo, Titans had their mad minute at the start, fell in the well afterwards. Yes, they did. They fell on down there. See, Southwest, where's that Bears guy? I see Williams played like trash. Yes, he did. He had his moments late in the game, but not definitely throughout the game. See, Corey, I hate it when they put Hooker in and go conservative. Let the dude push the ball up the field. Yeah, at some point, if you want to see what the guy can do, you're going to have to unleash him a bit. So at some point, they'll hopefully do that. Jason, fun fact, all NFC North teams are in playoffs at the moment. Division games will change that. That is probably also true. Good call on that, Jason. Big D, Green Bay backed up is almost as good as Love. Don't underestimate the guy. Willis has played like a stud. No, he's done a very good job this season. I think Matt LaFleur has gotten a lot out of him. So give their coach a little bit of praise for that. Trumps, I think we run the division. Let's hope so. Let's hope we do. JDC, on the Lambeau Field, home of the Lamers. Go Lions. I'm down. Big D, I live 50 minutes from Green Bay. Might want to head over and watch the game. Moonscar, skip the Packers. They should have lost yesterday. Yeah, Jags, I thought they had it, man. I thought they had it. Joe C, do you think we can still get Myles Garrett with Cleveland beating Baltimore Ravens yesterday? I would think so. I just don't think that win yesterday does anything for Cleveland. I don't think they're going to the playoffs. But the downside is Myles Garrett has come out and said he wants to stay. Whether that's it's true, I don't know. But by the way, if you guys can, check out his Halloween costume he wore into the game yesterday. He spent some money on that thing, and that thing is impressive. Bo, unlike at Dallas, the Lions let up on the Titans late in the game. Our guys weren't hitting as hard as they could have. Yeah, they did, man. I think both teams kind of said, we're just going to get this game over with and run the clock out. Big D, JDC, love it. Lambeau Field, I'm down with that. Let's see, Dimitri, Kurt Steele, what up, though, Flintstones? Hopefully you're both having a great day. My Brother in Christ's podcast, the best win I have ever seen, and I thought we kicked Dallas's butt. Steve Lombardi, welcome to Detroit, 100% with that. Corey, Green Bay definitely got some squeak by wins. The Jags have every opportunity to win that game. They did, man. Jason Berry, 225 total yards. I knew we didn't have a ton. Thank you for that, Jason. David, what an awesome team effort, especially in the second and third quarters. It was, man. We shut them down and shut them up. JDC, Big D, I'm about 100 miles from Lambeau. Okay. Big D, JDC, I live in Indigo, Wisconsin. All right. Patrick, Lions are 3-0 in both regular and preseason games against KC. Hey, how about that? Big D, about 90 miles, I guess. Okay. Ruby, the 5.0, the Lions assaulted the Titans, laughing out loud. Go Lions. They did, man. They put a beat down on. JDC, Big D, thumbs up. Jason, Monty as quarterback number 2, maybe. He did have some pretty good form there on that throw. Corey, I thought got a brother in lacrosse that's not too far from Leave It to Beaver Stadium. Okay. JDC, Buddy loving the Cheddars. Mark, good morning all. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? Sergeant Hale, what do you got? Good morning, Dan and all. Exclamation point, victory money. How sweet it is. Woo! You are right on that. The non-laugher, J-Mo Hoot, no problem. We have leave. That is also true. Big D, laughing out loud. Let's see. Henry, good morning. Duke Crew and Coach Dan. Exclamation point. What a crazy win. Now to refocus and take down the Packers. It'll be close. Maybe. Let's hope it's not, man. Let's hope we win by 50 next Sunday. Robert, in 1995, the 49ers scored 49 points in the Super Bowl. I bet the Lions can eclipse that this year. They might be able to. You're not wrong with it. I remember that. I think it was against the San Diego Chargers at that time. Jason agreed. Dunkong, Super Bowl or bust. Good to see you, my friend. Bo, Bitten, Saint, and Monty, emergency quarterback as covered. Yeah, between Saint and Monty, emergency quarterback is covered. Correct with that. Rocky M, Coach Rock, good morning to all. Good game, but I still need a couple of edge rushers. You're not the only one who wants those. Mark, good morning, broski. Oh, wait, he's nursing his heartbreaking loss yesterday. Yes, he is. Jesse, a bit concerned with the lack of pressure on the quarterback. Hopefully that defensive line performance will push Holmes to make a significant trade and not some replacement token addition. There you go. Just no more prove-it deals. There you go. Johnny L, Super Bowl and no bust. Lions Talk Live fan. D. Monty's touchdown pass was perfect. It was spot on. Jesse, not sure if the importance of draft picks now, due to their success, the draft picks are not that high. Correct. Yeah, so I get what you're saying there. Bo, the cupboard is still full of trickeration for Green Bay. There you go. Michael, Jacobs, and Alexander both were hurt in yesterday's game. Alexander couldn't walk. I didn't know that, so thank you for that, Michael. David, why did they have Hooker drinking sideway passes? The play calling looked bad once Hooker came in. Yeah, they were going very conservative at that point. Lions Talk Live fan. 2 edge rushers, always to Super Bowl win. All right, away to Super Bowl win. Let's go get them. Moonscart, no politics, and I try to keep it out of here. Sorry about that. Clear my throat. No politics, Dan. Yes, Trumps. I try to keep it out of here. 100%. Yeah, sorry about the commercial, guys. My bad. Let's see. Johnny L, Lions Talk Live fan. It was a tight sprawl. Yes, it was. Corey, yeah, I know Broski had to be upset after that one. He'd had to indeed. Southwest Bears fans laugh. Yeah, they're probably not feeling the greatest. Just not sure how many draftees will actually make the team. That's a good point too, because at some point you can't keep everybody, only to lose them to the practice squad. Not many, if any, roster spots. Correct with that. Sad Broski missed it. Motown Mitch, Trumps. Yes, Kamala. Yeah, I'm not into politics. Not gonna do that or anything. So, Bo, what a dagger by Daniels. Strangely familiar. It was indeed. Hardy, that was great. The only thing that wins, Bears lost. I'm down with that always. When the Bears lose and the Lions win. Let's see, Moonscar, many a true Bears fans' TVs are being replaced this week. Probably also true. Gary, good morning. All grit for life. Exclamation point. I know Brad doesn't pay big prices for free agents, but he is really going to have to do something about the defensive end position. My grade is an A for the win. I'm down with that. Good grade there. Look at it, Coach. I jumped out of my chair when I seen that Hail Mary last night. Yeah, you probably aren't the only one. Jess Decker did have a few whoops plays. He did indeed. Trumps, I seen 2 plays Decker got burned on. He did. Let's see, Phil, I wonder what AG was yelling at Kirby for. I'm trying to remember, but I know we were talking about it during the game, but I don't remember off the top of my head now. Corey, Decker has not played well at all lately. Yeah, he's got to pick up the pace a little bit here. All right, Michael Hooker, not that great. What will people? I think he is some miracle quarterback getting forgotten on the sidelines. No, you give him time to develop for sure. All right, guys, just because there's only about 2 minutes left, I'm gonna kind of fly through the comment section, get some people in here who haven't been in here yet. Just their new linebacker also got faked out of his shoes in Tennessee's touchdown run first quarter. He did indeed. Trump's blown coverage. Yes. Jesse, D Money throws nice though. It was. Ezra Gay, good morning. Dan and the Duke. Looks like Goff had a half a day off. Yes, he did. Broski wanted to get kicked out rather than face the loss and losing streak that's about to hit the Bears. It might be indeed. You might not be wrong with any of the above. All right, Lone Star Lion. Brad needs to make a deal. I would agree with that. Jerry, we got AG was yelling at Kirby because Nowowski got burnt covering Kirby's guy. He was doing his own thing. All right, fair enough. And thanks for that. Thanks for that, Jerry. Miles, I'm Goff Slabby, but each game been a fumble and near INT went under pressure. Been good luck, but I'm hoping those pressure moments disappear. Me too, man. Me too, 100%. See, TCKG, do you think we need an edge rusher? Yes, I do, 1,000%. I do think that. DM5, yeah, James Houston did all right. From last game to this game, he's getting pressure, just not get that coveted sack. Brad Holmes still needs to make some type of moves before the time runs out. I agree with that. Trick around, yeah. There we go, Bo. Corey, doesn't matter. People keep talking trade bait, but that's going to be what it is. Let him raise his stock when it almost looks like he's getting set up for failure, and the guy only sees him with backups. And yeah, I get what you're saying there. Yeah, get him out there, some better guys. Ryan D needs to answer Malik is no joke. No, Malik's playing well this year. Key, Lions Talk Live. Why do you say that? You have to help me out. I don't know what I said that you're questioning. All right, let's see. Justin, I don't know if Ford Field was louder when Gibbs broke that 70-yarder or when Kirby got that pick. Ford Field definitely has a playoff vibe. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a loud place to play in. All right, let's see if I can find some others. David's special teams was ridiculous. Ridiculously good indeed. Scott, where's Brosi? Question mark. Hail Mary full of Bears loss. Yes, it was indeed. Dimitri, let's let Houston go. Maybe. Let's see. Ursula Shaw, we got 2 lines. Yeah, I'd be down with that if they make that trade. General Brown, our defense without pressure made Rudolph look like an all-pro in the first half. Willis is younger and hungry to prove himself. He is. You're not wrong with any of that. Patrick, we can sympathize with the Bears. It happens to us when the Pack was in town a few years ago. They did. Let's see. Chris Steele, Shays Holmes liked he's coming out of the draft. Yeah, did like him coming out of the draft. I'm down with that. Aaron E, Roar Lions Roar. I'm down with that. Dimitri, Dan, can I get a woo? You want one? I'll give you a quick one. Okay, we're into overtime here, so I got to get the speed and stuff up here a little bit. Ruby, the 5.0, that was truly assault the Lions yesterday. It was indeed. Let's see. TCKG, anyone know what happened to Josh Pascal? I know he had an illness. Something to do with this cancer checkup. I would say he's probably going to be back this week against the Pack, but not last week. All right, Lions Talk Live, just curious, no, is Broski? Maybe. Cancer, maybe. Yeah, it was something to do with that. Something to do with those lines. All right, let's see. The best practice swing in golf, Decker will get it together. I think so, man. I think so. I think he wants to get good. Let's see. I heard that Garrett said the other day, but if I was Holmes, I'd try to get that deal for both the Browns edge rushers. So if we can do it, it's going to be tough, if not impossible, for any team to beat us. Yeah, we get both of them. I think you're spot on with that. Praying that, let's see, pass goes okay. I would go with that. Key is speed is crazy. He's crazy fast. Yeah, I'm down with, I agree with you there. Jesse, good morning. Wow, what a game. Exclamation point. Super worried about the Green Bay Go Lions. Woo! Yeah, everybody's eyes going to be focused on that this week. Is True Broski, is Cruz Broski? Maybe. I don't know. All right, trying to find some other people that haven't been in here yet. Practice golf scene, Caleb Williams, mannerisms, and press conference are suspect. I would agree with that. Motown Mitch, I heard a Holmes hater say he was doomed yesterday. Maybe. Final countdown. How about them cowgirls? How about them indeed? Donnie Burr, this isn't fun. I came here to see Broski, and he's hiding. He's hiding indeed. 101 dead puppies. We need a pass rusher really bad. I would 1,000% agree with you there. David, we need to pick up Uche from the Packers. Yeah, I would agree. If we can get him, go get him. Cruz, happy when this week is over. No more trade talk or political ads. Not sure which one I will be more happy about. Maybe both. Johnny Gaz, good morning. Dan Duke Crew, 52-14. Wild, fun game. Exclamation point. Need to shore up pass protection and still need defensive line help. I agree with that. Moonscar Blade, agreed 100%. Just Brian, how great it is. It has been to just be a Lions fan over the last few years. Woo! Go Lions. No, you're right, man. The last few years have been awesome. Dominic, good morning from Texas. Love these Lions. Exclamation point. making me a lot of money down here in Cowgirl land. They betting me like their minds are gone bad. All right. Well, enjoy it. Enjoy the wins. One Pride. Yo, good morning, Lions Nation. What a game. Yes, what a game it was. Chuck E. Cheese. I'm starting a question to question a left tackle. He has given up 5 sacks in 2 games, and one of them has Goff getting taped up. Yes, he's got to play better. No questions about that. Well, I agreed with that full-heartedly here. All right, looking for other ones. Creative idea. Expect Wednesday will be a big day for Lions trade after all evaluated by 31 teams. I'm down with that. Chuck E. Cheese, we're 19 yards shy away from breaking return yards. Hey, I did not know that. Thank you for that. Great Lakes. Now Bears fans know how we felt after the Rodgers Hail Mary. Yes, you are correct with that. Amanda Pitts, what do you got? Good, great salutations. Good morning, Dan and the Duke crew. Love those Lions. Woo, woo, woo. And good morning to you, too. Let's see, David, Lions will need to take care of business next week and against the Cheddarheads. I'm down with that. John, let's go clickbait. All right, let's get it going. Brian, Washington and Detroit NFC championship game. Lions win 31-28. Hey, as long as we win, I'm happy, man. Let's see. Trump's the Titans, the NFL #1 defense before we play them. Yes, and they're probably not #1 anymore. Have a great day, says Phil. I'll go with that. Dimitri, Decker had a bad first half. We all have bad games. If you ever played sports, Lions fan. Yeah, I thought after the first quarter, he played significantly better. All right, looking for other people that haven't been in. Anybody who hasn't been in? David, just so anyone knows, bookings is in every Lions chat starting stuff. I'm sure he's in the Green Bay and Minnesota chat starting stuff too. He won't even notice if you blick him. He's on 10 other pages, okay? Jost did protect Martin play. Broderick Martin did not play. Hopefully we get him back soon. That, I think, would be a big plus for us. Let's see. Burns, more yards on punt returns, kickoff returns, and INTs totals than offense. Typical Lions. Hey, Lions, we're making it happen. I like it. Single Dad's Club. Life won't be the same without Broski. I seen him on Lions Villain Squad channel triggering everyone. I think it's funny. He's just rolling. Yeah, that's what he does, man. 100%. Brian, what do you got? Uche is he is an option if you're hearing anything about him. He was held out yesterday as a healthy scratch. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that for sure. Hookadoo, happy trails, Dude Crew, back at you. Ryan, great day, everyone. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If there is breaking news today or if I get any kind of news on anything, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. Other than that, if you would be so kind before you get out of here, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. As you guys know, they both help the channel out a lot. We're 40 subs away from hitting 10,100, so trying to do what you can to get there. All right, you guys have a great day. Be kind to each other. Do something nice for someone you don't know. See you on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody. You're still here? What are you doing here? It's over. The show's over. Go home.